Hey, let me set the mood. It's November 7th, 2023. Stranger Things just came back to the game, and we're still coming off the high of the highly anticipated Alien chapter. The next chapter's PTB is tomorrow, and going off the roadmap that we were given for the 7th year anniversary, we know it's a licensed killer with a capital L for the license. But not a single teaser yet. That is until Dead by Daylight posts this, and immediately the community knows exactly what we're looking at. There's a knife missing, and whoever grabbed it needed a stool to take it. Wonder who that could be. Granted, some people thought that it was actually referring to a rework for Michael Myers, but most people knew exactly what this meant. And it even added more truth to the case that the same knife holder was used in the movie Curse of Chucky, but it wouldn't take much longer until the next killer would be revealed. And on November 8th, Chucky, aka the Good Guy, was revealed to be Dead by Daylight's newest killer. Along with Chucky, Tiffany would be coming in as a legendary skin, and Chucky would also be receiving his iconic Stitch look from the Bride/Seed of Chucky films as a very rare cosmetic set. And thankfully, they will both be voiced by their respective voice actors Brad Dourif and Jennifer Tilly.
They're executing Martha Stewart this morning.
For over 300 unique voice lines. Along with purchasing the paragraph, you would also get the Good Guy's box charm, and most of the community was very happy to have one of the most iconic slashers in horror history finally in Dead by Daylight. Some people were upset with Chucky's inclusion, but those people did not make up a majority of the people that were extremely excited for Chucky. Now, before we talk about Chucky's design, I'm personally a huge fan of Dead by Daylight, and I've actually been playing since the release of The Huntress, so quite a while. And I've been waiting and dreaming of the day that my dream license joins Dead by Daylight. Luckily, I didn't have to wait a long time for my dream license to join Dead by Daylight. My dream license joined on January 23rd of 2018, that being the Saw chapter. But the reason I bring that up is I would always think about having a Saw chapter back in the day because it's my favorite horror franchise, but I just didn't see it as a possible thing to incorporate in Dead by Daylight. But obviously, the people at Behavior proved me wrong. But ever since the release of that chapter, I've been patiently waiting for my favorite second license to enter Dead by Daylight. Obviously, that being Chucky and the entire Child's Play franchise. A killer who is arguably one of the most iconic horror icons of all time, but suffers from his small size. It might be very difficult to add him to Dead by Daylight. But little did we know that Behavior was cooking up a solution to add our favorite doll to Dead by Daylight. Now, I personally believe Chucky is one of the best adaptations of a licensed character within Dead by Daylight, and there are some pretty good ones. I think his terror radius and his lobby music are perfectly designed. They pay homage to the original theme of Child's Play, but there's no way we can talk about Chucky's design and not mention third person. Chucky is the first killer in Dead by Daylight to be in third person, and still is the only killer to have that ability, but we'll see how long that lasts. Chucky's third-person camera and height is an extremely unique thing, and that by itself is honestly a strong power, being able to lose your red stain at loops, basically becoming undetectable, but to counteract that, survivors are able to see Chucky's footsteps to get an idea on where he's coming from, but they will only be able to see the footsteps if it's a situation where they would normally not be able to see the killer. Also, being able to check spot survivors, or cutely being known as Chuck spots, being able to silently go around the map producing fake footfalls around survivors to make them always on edge and when you're gonna pop out and start running at them. Chucky can also perform a slice and dice, running quickly at the survivor. Chucky could also scamper under pallets during his power, but the ability to do that was removed unless you are actively performing a slice and dice. Personally, as a P100 Chucky, I think that the removal of the regular scamper under the pallet was a good change. It would lead to a lot of unfair hits or just really no counterplay. But I do believe Chucky should still have the ability to silently vault windows without doing the slice and dice. But we finally got an answer to the long asked question: how will Chucky pick up survivors? Bring the hook to them? Use the power of Damballa? Nope. As we all probably know now, the way Chucky hooks survivors is he summons the version of him when he was a human, Charles Lee Ray, to pick up the survivor and bring him and Chucky to the hook. Also, with the voice lines, they add so much personality and depth to the character. I mean, what other killer in Dead by Daylight is going to knock you down, call you an asshole, and tell you to fuck off? And like most licensed characters in Dead by Daylight, all of his add-ons and descriptions are referenced to kills and weapons within the Child's Play franchise. And to add, Chucky has arguably one of the best Moris in game.
Don't fuck with the jaw!
And like every killer within Dead by Daylight, Chucky comes with 3 unique perks. Hex 2 can play, a very unique Hex perk that allows survivors to feel the frustration of getting blinded. Friends Till the End is definitely Chucky's strongest perk, allowing him to expose and locate his obsession and silently approach them for the insta-down, and being able to switch the obsession after hooking them to instantly know where to head next. Actually, a fun little Mandela effect. Everyone remembers Chucky's iconic line from the first film, "Hi, I'm Chucky, and I'm your friend till the end." But actually, Chucky never said that. In the original film, and I don't think ever after, he always says, "Hi, I'm Chucky, and I'm your friend to the end."
Hi, I'm Chucky, and I'm your friend to the end.
Batteries Included is a silly little haste perk that allows you to go faster when you're closer to completed generators, but for some reason they thought they would nerf it and make it not stack with NOED, but thankfully that change got reverted. But Chucky the Killer Doll, one of the most notorious slashers in history, finally has entered Dead by Daylight and even brought Tiffany with him and a bunch of voice lines and one of the most unique powers we've ever seen, but that's it. No map, no survivor. I mean, it's not the first time Dead by Daylight has done a paragraph killer. Even for some of the big license like Hellraiser and Leatherface, they didn't get maps or survivors. But this time it feels like a huge missed opportunity. Like, this should have been a full chapter. All the pieces make sense, and who knows, maybe one day we'll receive a second half to this chapter, but that's very unlikely. As it might be fun to speculate, though, on what a full Chucky chapter would have looked like. And for the survivor, let's not beat around the bush. The obvious choice here would be Andy Barclay, and obviously not the Andy from the original 3 films, but grown-up Andy from Curse and Cult and the Chucky TV series. And I think there would be a really good opportunity for some cosmetics. I think an easy one would be a legendary outfit to turn him into his foster sister Kyle. I also think a good cosmetic for Andy would be his look from the Chucky TV show, more specifically his bearded look from season 2. And maybe even getting a festive good guy themed sweater like Chucky received. Or maybe a torso piece of him wearing his Kent Military School shirt. Or how in the show, Jake, Devin, and Lexi wear good guy themed outfits to a party they attend. I could totally see Andy rocking one of those. And because it's the norm these days, I don't think it would be very difficult for Behavior to get Alex Vincent to record voice lines for Andy. But before we move on with every survivor, comes with 3 unique teachable perks. Now, obviously, I'm not trying to break the meta here or anything, so let's just go over some perks I made for him for shits and giggles. First, we have This Is the End Friend. Once the endgame collapse begins, the killer's aura will be permanently revealed to you. Next, we have Foreboding Feeling. Once unhooked, the killer's aura will be revealed to you for 8, 9, 10 seconds. Boon, I Hear You. When the killer enters the boon radius, the killer's terror radius will increase by 8, 9, and 12 meters. Obviously, again, I just want to state that these are silly ideas, so just don't come after me in the comments. I'm really not taking balance into account. Well, we have the killer, the survivor, the perks, but what about the map, the final piece of a full chapter? Now, the obvious choice would be the Good Guy Doll Factory from Child's Play 2, and that's what we're going to go with. But before you lose your mind over the fact of Dead by Daylight gaining another indoor map, I actually had a unique idea on how they could handle this map. This map takes place in a big open factory with lots of heavy machinery and boxes of good guy dolls. But I want you to imagine a map like Blood Lodge, but instead of all the junk, it's like conveyor belts and machinery, and instead of car walls, it's boxes of good guy walls. But slap a factory, like interior roof, over the entire map. So yes, the map does appear to be indoors, but plays just like an outdoor map. Hopefully it would play just like Blood Lodge, and I know the survivors would like that considering the amount of Nias who bring the Azeroth's key. But, as I stated earlier, it is really fun to speculate and come up with ideas like this, but because Chucky is already released as a paragraph, it's seriously doubtful that any of this stuff will ever actually come to the game. But there is one thing that we can be hopeful about, and that's more cosmetics for our favorite killer doll. So I just wanted to go over a bunch of cosmetic ideas I had. Burnt Chucky from Child's Play 1, Buzzcut Chucky from Cult of Chucky, Hello Kitty Chucky from Chucky Season 1, Melted Plastic Chucky from Child's Play 2, Slice Face Chucky from Child's Play 3, Burn and Melted Chucky from Chucky Season 1, Glenn/Glenda from Seed of Chucky, Buff Chucky from Chucky Season 2, Old Chucky from Chucky Season 3, a Blighted Chucky for Dead by Daylight's Halloween event, and personally, the Chucky skin that I would love to see more than absolutely anything, a Phantom of the Opera Chucky from Chucky Season 3. If there's any cosmetics or anything that you guys would personally add to make the Chucky paragraph a full chapter, please comment them down below. But I just wanted to let you all know, thank you for watching the video, and I hope you enjoyed my little concept, and I hope you all have a great day.
Ah!